To the house of Israel. I'm my brother Abaniah of the South Arm of the Great Millstone Camp here in Trinidad, Heralds of Yahweh coming to you with another lesson to the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh. First, we give all honor, all glory, all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Bahasham, Ruka Kodash. Double honors to the apostles, prophets, and teachers of Great Millstone, our spiritual fathers who rule well. Peace and salutations to the sincere Akim and Akwath who follow the truth in all diligence and all sincerity. Now today is the holy day known as Christmas Day. And this day has been anticipated by many as the day which they celebrate and they feast to commemorate the birth of Jesus Christ. Now, those of us who are in the truth and in the know, we know Christmas Day has nothing to do with Yahushua HaMashiach. Christmas Day and this celebration of Christmas takes place on a period that's known as the winter solstice. Right? Now, if the Messiah, the Hamashiach, was born on the winter solstice, why was he wrapped in swaddling clothes? Swaddling clothes is not clothes fit for winter. Think about it, people. See how you people do even swaddling clothes. And we're going to get that. We're going to look up what swaddling clothes look like. Right? Because for the winter solstice, this is something that very cold. Very, very, very cold. Now you see I have the picture on the screen here because Christmas has become commercialized and certain mascots created to help make the festival more popular. One, you see in the jolly old Saint Nick, a fat Edomite looking man with red cheeks and white beard. Now why did they choose white beard? What does that white beard represent? It's supposed to represent one's wisdom, one's understanding, one's purity. Then we know Esau Edom is anything but pure and wise. So they know very well when they constructed these images. You see him have a gift in his hand, and you see the Christmas tree in the background. So we're going to be touching on precepts showing you this custom have nothing to do with us. We have our own customs, our feast days. We have the Sabbath, the weekly Sabbaths. We have the annual Sabbaths. We have the feast days. Far more better celebrations to honor Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh than this stupid, idiotic day called Christmas. Right? So first, let's look at swaddling. To get that definition for swaddling. Give me a second here. Let's see. Images. How to swaddle a baby, right? I'm looking for a more appropriate image. Now, this is an example of the swaddle baby. It's a particular cloth, and the baby was wrapped a particular way, right? Now, the winter solstice was a cold time. So obviously the type of clothes needed would be far thicker than what you're seeing here. Right? And as a matter of fact, they say he was born, according to the scriptures, Yahushua was born in a manger. Not the ideal conditions for a pregnant woman to give birth to a baby. And mangers were not constructed back then with 4 walls and all these things. They had some form of protection. But for that type of winter or that type of cold, that was not ideal to bring about a baby. Right? So this is how swaddling looks like, and swaddling clothes. So let's see. Swaddling clothes. Let's see what they say the swaddling clothes of Jesus was. See? It wasn't nothing. These are just artistic depictions. So it wasn't nothing really fit to fight off or fend off cold. Right? Understanding that now, let's go to Jeremiah chapter 10 and from verses 3. It says, I'm going to start from verse 1. Hear ye the word which Yahweh speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Thus saith Yahweh, learn not the way of the heathen. Now there was a guy who had a live, which one of the beloved brother was doing a little lesson on it, saying that Jeremiah chapter 10 is not talking about the Christmas tree. Christians, in the bid to continue to participate in that holiday, they will find all manner of justification. Now, back then, it was not called Christmas. It was the worship of Semeramis and Thammuz, which has evolved today in Christianity to be known as Christmas, with the same characters playing the part of Mary and of baby Jesus. Semiramis and Tammuz. That's all Christmas is, the worship of Semiramis and Tammuz. Right? So it would, if you were to say back then it was not called Christmas, you would be right. But it's still proof in the Bible that the customs and the manner how it was celebrated is the same thing that is celebrated today that is called Christmas. The tree represented the phallus. The phallus goes back to the male reproductive organ known as the penis. That is what the Christmas tree represents. Right? So when the scripture tells you, learn not the ways of the heathen, whatever name they call it back then, don't think for a moment it's not celebrated today, because it is. In a bid and an effort to hide and to disguise certain paganistic traditions, the Christian church rebranded them. A rebranding is not you changing the product, it's simply changing the name, moving a couple things around for it to appear as though it's new, when it's not. So learn not the ways of the heathens, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven. For the heathen are dismayed at them. This is why they always look into the sun and the moon and the stars for horoscopes and all these different things. So they can bring for keep the various holidays. It said, for the customs of the people are vain. So this was a custom that took place back then in the ancient world. It is still taking place today, but it's being called by a different name, that name being Christmas. For the customs of the people are vain. For one cutteth a tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workman with the axe. Now you could immediately see, if back then it wasn't talking about Christmas in terms of identifying the name of the day, yet you see in the very said custom, what takes place at Christmas today was taking place back then. The Bible said there's nothing new under the sun. So this celebration of Christmas is not nothing new on the earth. Right? Verse 4, they decked it with silver and with gold. They fastened it with nails and with hammers, that it moved not. Now in today's modern time, we wouldn't have to, most people don't have to use hammer and nail, because the Christmas tree comes with a fitted stand for it. So it could stand upright. But nevertheless, it's the same thing. They are upright as the palm trees, but speak not. They must needs be born, because they cannot go. Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil, neither also is in them to do good. So this celebration of cutting down the tree, decking it with gold and silver and fastening it with nails, it's an idol. it is an idol. Because how you know it's an idol? The verse 5 says, they must needs be born. Born means to be carried. Who carry their gods today? Pagans. They would, for instance, there was a flood in India probably a year or two ago, and the devotees of their particular Hindu gods was carrying their gods on their back out of the flood. So certain persons, according to their beliefs, if there's a natural disaster or a need to move the idols that they constructed to another location, what they would do? They would carry it. The true power of heaven and earth, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, we don't carry him on our shoulders. He is capable of moving himself. And why does he need to move? Right? So it's nothing more than idol worship, a representation of the vain customs of the people and what they worship. Right? Now, customs, statues, or ordinances are vanity, right? So that's just Jeremiah 10:8. Let me see if I know it. Now, this is Jeremiah 2:5. It says, what iniquity, and this is one of my favorite precepts, have your fathers found in me, that they are gone far from me and have walked after vanity and have become vain. Vanity would be the things celebrated by those who are non-Israelites. We were that peculiar set apart people, better than all other people, with our own unique set of customs and laws, ordinances and statutes. So Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is inquiring of Israel, what iniquity have you found in me? What sin, what transgression have I transgressed that you have gone away from me? Because this was the power that delivered us out of Egypt. This was the power that created us better than all other people. So what iniquity have you found in me that you have gone from me, meaning you have left me to follow after these other gods? And that's what Israel did. Leviticus 18:30, therefore shall ye keep my ordinances, that ye commit not any one of these abominable customs. The customs of the heathens are vain. They are abominable before the Most High. The Lord is not going to hear it. He's not going to participate in it, though all they try to put his name in it. Oh, this is a celebration to the Son of God, Jesus Christ. And his name is not Jesus Christ, but we know what all they're referring to, what all they mean. So trying to put the name of the Lord as the reason why you keep your pagan celebration, that don't impress the Most High. We have this fat reprobate Jake who uses every holiday as an excuse to indulge in swine and bless it in the name of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. Because he thinks he could make a day, he can make a custom dedicated to a pagan deity. He thinks he can make it holy. So the Lord is telling us, therefore shall ye keep my ordinance, that ye commit not any of these abominable customs which were committed before you, and that ye defile not yourselves therein. I am Yahweh your power. So all you Israelites keeping Christmas, you are defiled. You are abominable. You are abominable before Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. You're keeping the customs of pagans, dedicated to pagan gods and deities that had no part in creating you, that had no part in setting you free from the bondage in Egypt. Yet you pay homage to these gods who cannot see, who cannot hear, who cannot talk. Right? To get another thing here. And if you notice around Christmas time, what is eaten and consumed mainly? What is the highlight of that festivity? The eating of the Christmas ham. Let me get this here. Now this is Deuteronomy 14:8. This is the dietary law, right? It said, and the swine, because he divided, let's start a little higher. Verse 6, and every beast that parted the hoof and cleaveth the cleft into two claws, and cheweth the cud among the beasts, that ye shall eat. Nevertheless, these ye shall not eat of them that chew the cud, or of them that divide the cloven hoof, as the camel and the hare and the coney, for they chew the cud, but divide not the hoof. Therefore they are unclean to you. Verse 8, and the swine, because it divided the hoof, yet cheweth not the cud, it is unclean unto you. Ye shall not eat of their flesh, nor touch their dead carcass. So Christmas, the fact that you're celebrating a pagan holiday, and the fact that you're trying to marry the day as a day to worship and honor Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai and the birth of his son, and still consuming swine's flesh, it proves how truly evil and wicked you people are. You want to take the abominable and the profane things and attach it to a holy power. Right? So the dietary laws tell us we ought not to eat swine's flesh. Right? It is unclean, don't even touch it. Now this is Isaiah 65 and verse 4. It says, I will start from verse 1. I am sought of them that ask not for me. I am found of them that sought me not. I said, behold me unto a nation that was not called by my name. I have spread out my hands all the day unto a rebellious people, which walketh in a way that was not good, after their own thoughts. And what are the ways our people are walking today that are not good? The celebration of these holidays. A people that provoke me to anger continually to my face. Every time you celebrate Christmas, the worship of Semeramis and Thammuz, even though you claim to do it in ignorance, it doesn't change the fact that that is what the festivities is about. You continuously provoke the Lord, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, to his face. That sacrifice it in gardens and burn it incense upon altars of bricks, which remain among the graves and lodge in the monuments, because your fireplace where you hang your Christmas stockings, the Christmas tree you place in the corner of the house with the star above it to represent the North Star, and the presents you lay under the tree, all of those things are monuments, which eat swine's flesh and broth of abominable things in their vessels. All the food you're cooking, you notice swine is consumed a lot. And other abominable meats. In the Caribbean, a lot of wild meat, what they call wild meat, is consumed at this time. The lap and the agouti and all these things. The armadillo, what they call tattoo, and iguanas, and all these things are also consumed at Christmas time during Christmas celebrations. So it's not just only the abominable swine flesh you're eating, you're consuming other swine or other abominable meats. And scripture talk about making a broth. That broth, a stew is a broth. Some people make soup with various parts. Some people make stews and curries with it. And stews and curries of these abominable meats is very popular in the Caribbean. Right? So the verse 4, which remain among the graves and lodge in the monuments, which eat swine's flesh and broth of abominable things in their vessels, which say, stand by thyself, come not near to me, for I am holier than thou. And these Christians believe that they are so holy, breaking the commandments of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai for their vain traditions and still professing to be holy. Holy means set apart. You ain't set apart. You are no different. These are a smoke in my nose, a fire that burn it all day. You see, if smoke come up in your nose, what has happened to you? And you just feel that discomfort when soap in your nose? Smoke? That's how these sinners who profess to be worshiping Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai songs to him. They are equivalent to smoke in his nostrils, and smoking in one's nostrils is annoying. Let's see, let's get another precept here. Now this is Isaiah 14:19. The workman melted a graven image, and the goldsmith spreaded it over with gold and casted silver chains. So this is why craftsmen were so rich back then. They were the ones crafting pagan statues. Whereas there's an account given in the New Testament with Paul, and I can't remember if it was Barnabas or Silas was with him, where certain craftsmen, certain artisans were angry at the visit of the men of the Lord, because people started believing, and as a result they were throwing away their statues. Now these men became rich because they were artisans who were creating statuettes and figurines of the goddess Diana that was often in every household that was worshipped. And with the gospel and people finding liberation through the spirit and power of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, they realized their sales started to dwindle. So much so that they went to the officials to complain that these men were how to put it, affecting their livelihood. Right? So you see in this custom of making idols was always something Israel find enticing. This is Isaiah 44 verse 9. They that make a graven image are all of them vanity, both the creator and the product created. And their delectable things shall not profit, and they are their own witnesses. They see not nor know that they may be ashamed. The idols, all this celebration is of no regard, no consequence. It does nothing for you. You people think around Christmas time, or they go to a Christmas vigil, or they pray, and all they feel the Lord hear your prayer. Hear what the scriptures say. I'm going to get a Proverbs 28 and verse 9. He that turneth away his ear from hearing the law, even his prayer shall be an abomination. So all they're praying, all they're trying to attach the holy name of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai to this pagan celebration. The Lord don't even hear your prayer. He don't even hear your worship and your supposed honor that all they're giving him. Right? There's another precept I'm trying to remember. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 7 verse 1. This is it says, when Yahweh thy power shall bring thee into the land whither thou goest to possess it, and had cast out many nations before thee, the Hittites and the Girgashites and the Amorites and the Canaanites and the Perizzites and the Hivites and the Jebusites, 7 nations greater and mightier than thou. And when Yahweh thy power shall deliver them before thee, thou shalt smite them and utterly destroy them. Thou shalt not make no covenant with them, nor show mercy unto them. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto thy son, nor thy daughter shalt thou take unto thy son. And here is the reason why. For they will turn away thy son from following me, that they may serve other gods. So will the anger of Yahweh be kindled against you and destroy thee suddenly. If the men of Israel, the men of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, were standing up for truth and righteousness and the laws, statutes and commandments of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, Christmas would have never been celebrated among the Israelite households today. It's because of the failings of men catering and pandering to these women and following after Esau Edom. We have customs, paganistic customs celebrated by Israelites. Get another precept, First Maccabees, chapter 1, and from verse 11. It said, in those days went there out of Israel wicked men, who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathens that are round about us, for since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow. Just like in Deuteronomy 7, we were warned not to make covenants with them. Wicked men in Israel during the period of the Maccabees were doing the same thing. We always had wicked men in Israel who desired to do and follow the customs that the heathens does. So making the covenant with the heathens and agreeing to worship who they worship, to celebrate the days that they celebrate, Israel became heathen. So this device pleased them well. Then certain of the people were so forward hearing that they went to the king, who gave them license to do after the ordinances of the heathen. Jake get permission. Much like today. A system was created where they don't want you worshiping the true power of heaven and earth, Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. They want you worshiping their pagan gods, taking part in their pagan festivities. And Jake loved it. This is why Christmas is highly commercialized, to create that feeling that it's a must celebration you have to participate in. So all those who practice, all those who keep Christmas, the Lord going to destroy you. I can find another precept here. There's a precept talking about the Queen of Heaven. That's what I'm trying to get here. That Queen of Heaven was Semeramis worship. Right. This is Jeremiah. Alright, I have a couple of precepts in Jeremiah. We will get to Jeremiah 7:18. It says, the children gather wood and the fathers kindle fire, and the women knead their dough to make cakes to the Queen of Heaven, and pour out drink offering unto other gods, that they may provoke me to anger. And Christmas, again, is one such celebration. The Queen of Heaven is Semiramis worship, the worship of Semiramis. We get in my sword. Jeremiah 17 is 18. No. Jeremiah 7, select here. Jeremiah 7:18. Made a mistake. 7 verses 18. Right. Queen of Heaven. Queen of. Now, I'm not seeing a proper definition pertaining to the Queen of Heaven. I put it into 2 words, so let's see what the Queen, simply saying Queen, right? When you go to the heaven, definition, heaven, sky, visible sky. Heaven as above of the abode of God. Strong's definition, the second form being dual of an unused singular from an unused root, meaning to be lofty, the sky aloft, the dual, purpose alluding to the visible arch in which the clouds move, as well as the higher ether where celestial bodies revolve, air, astrologer, heavens. So these worshippers of Semiramis believed she was divine. And this is where you have to go into history, secular history, and you would see where the deception Semiramis perpetrated on a people, because she committed incest and became pregnant by incest and decided to deceive the people that she was impregnated by someone divine, something divine, which in actuality was her son. This is why you have the virgin birth. This is where your concept of the virgin birth comes from. So Christmas is just another celebration to help perpetuate the lie of the Immaculate Conception. So this festivity that you people enjoy so much, that you desire to celebrate, that you exchange gifts to, is not of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua. No, there's one more precept about gifts. So lucky for that, folks. And this is the final precept, because one of the things given at Christmas is gifts. It says, and thou shalt take no gift, for the gift blinded the wise and perverted the words of the righteous. You know, a lot of persons, this is why Christians endorse and celebrate Christmas. Because again, it's a way to bring in money. It's a way to receive gifts. So this is why they will never teach against it. This is why they will never preach against it. Because they benefit from it. This is Deuteronomy 16:19. Thou shalt not rest judgment. Thou shalt not respect persons, neither take a gift. This is why Christians have no problem receiving gifts from people who are otherwise, how to put it, questionable characters. The wicked, the evil. They're doing all manner of wickedness. But if they come with a gift, all right, they're taking it without questions asked. For a gift that blind the eyes of the wise, and pervert the words of the righteous. So this is why we don't celebrate Christmas. We're not into that, taking our gifts. And his sons walked not in his ways, but turned aside after lucre, and took bribes and perverted judgment. So this celebration of Christmas, and what makes it so successful, is also the bribes attached to it. That gift giving, and a lot of people, they're obsessed with the gift giving aspect of Christmas. And this is why they love it. So with that, I pray this lesson was edifying through the spirit and power of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. I'm your brother Benaiah of the South Arm of the Great Millstone Camp. Heralds of Yahushai, Sayyid Shalom. Till the next lesson.